Because you've got a pit pension, which has meant that despite that not being a huge amount of money, you now are not going to get the full winter fuel allowance. And you've got a few health issues as well, haven't you? Would you mind talking us through those, please?
I had a throat operation on my voice box where they skinned it and that. And then I had 3 stents in my heart last year. And I've still got issues on one of my valves in my heart. But arthritis everywhere. I've been old, like, but...
And what are you having to do to try to keep warm this winter? Because it must be quite difficult for you.
Well, last year I bought a little fire because I got the extra £150 last year. Yeah. So what I saved on what I would have paid, I bought a little fire and I moved it from room to room so I don't have to heat the full bungalow.
So you moved this fire. Can we have a look at it? I think it's just here, isn't it? So if we spin it round, so it's this fire here that you're looking at now. And you moved that room to room in this bungalow so you can stay warm.
Rather than heat the full bungalow up, you know, there's just me in there at the minute, so rather than heat the full bungalow up, I just move it around.
And Billy, do you think it's fair, this? I mean, look, Labour are very adamant. They say, look, hey, you know what, we've got to do this because of the black hole and that we don't want to do it and it's a real shame. But you've worked all your life, haven't you, really? Yeah. Does it feel fair to you? Does it feel like they do really have to do it to you?
No, it doesn't feel fair at all because they're letting immigrants in and they haven't ever put nothing into this country and they get free houses, even up here. They're getting very... They haven't got the scrimp and scrape, you know what I mean? They get like food orders to go to shops and what have you, and they haven't put nothing into the system. You know what I mean? I've worked all my life, and what I've got my savings, not a lot, but I've got a little rise at the beginning of the month on my pit pension, which I've had since I was 60. And I still pay tax on that, but I paid tax when I was younger on it, you know. And as soon as I got it, within a week, I got a letter off the council, Durham County Council, saying my council tax had gone up because of it. So they give you it in one hand, take it out with another hand.
So because you got a pit pension from when you worked down the pits, you left school on the Friday and you were working down the pits on the Monday, like a lot of people around here.
Yeah, and just young, but that's what we did then. It was a pit village and that, you know.
Because you got that pension, and you worked there for how many years down the pit?
I was there for about 10 years.
Right, so you worked down the pit for 10 years. Because you got that pit pension, which is not a huge amount of money, now you got a little bit of a bump on it, which has bumped you up a council tax band, and it means you aren't getting the winter fuel payment.
Yeah. I'll get so much council tax paid, but like they bumped it straight up, you know what I mean? I didn't even know I was getting the pit pension like rise.
And you did vote Labour, didn't you?
I haven't voted for the last few years, but it's been out of condition in my health and that. And I thought, well, I will vote Labour this year, and I wish I hadn't of, like, because it just took everything what the Conservatives did back off with. To be honest, I didn't think there was any of them any good, like.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, look, Billy, thank you very much for letting us come round and to have a chat with you, for putting your side of it across. We were hearing, weren't we, about the winter fuel payment, the loss of it. Well, it's okay, because loads of pensioners have got loads of assets. Loads of them are millionaires. And you know what? The ones that lose the winter fuel payment, all you have to do is just apply for a pension credit, and you should be all right. Well, look, I just wanted to come and talk to a couple of real people here in County Durham about whether or not that matches up with their own experiences. So I'm going to just try and have a quick chat with someone now. So this is, I believe, Daniel's house here. And I'm just going to knock on the door. I can hear there's some barking inside, so I think someone's in. Here we go again. I'm 2 for 2 with this so far. I've got 100% hit rate. Hopefully I can get the hat trick. So hopefully Daniel's around at some point. There we go. Hello, mate. How are you? Are you all right? Yeah. Thank you very much for talking to us. Great to see you. And look, I just wanted to ask you, so you have lost the winter fuel payment.
Yes.
But you thought you might be able to get pension credit. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's what they told us on the phone, because I went on to inquire, and I said they did the checks and everything, and then they come back declined. Right. Because the money my partner's got to live on every week, the government reckon they think we can live on £332 a week.
So it's £332 a week, and how many of you are we talking about here?
Two.
Two of you. And what does that have to cover? That has to cover what? Was it rent, food?
Rent, food, heating, electricity, like clothing, everything, you know.
Yeah. Okay. And are you, not looking forward particularly to this winter? I take it, and it's not just you, is it? I mean, there's loads of people. You knock on every door here, pretty much, and there's a story behind it. So,
yeah,
a lot of people quite worried.
I would think so. Yes, definitely.
And just to check, you are a lifelong Labour voter, aren't you?
I have been, yeah, all my life.
Yeah.
But I'm second thoughts about them now. You know, they're just going around promising things and just turning their backs on and changing their minds.
I mean, they obviously say, look, we've got to fill this black hole. We've got to make sure that we, balance the books, etc. I mean, how do you feel about that?
I know it's got to be done somehow, but it's a shame for them to take it out of the pensioners after they've been getting this money for as long as I can remember, you know, and all of a sudden they just take it out of their hands and use it somewhere else.
I wanted to talk to people about the winter fuel payment, but also what they're expecting for this Labour budget and what they make of the fact that Keir Starmer doesn't seem able to define what a working person is. So I'm going to try and knock on Gordon's door here, see what he makes of it. Hopefully he's in. Fingers crossed. There's nothing like live telly, is there? But you can go, by the way, to justgiving.com/page/save our seniors. Gordon, how are you?
Oh, yeah.
You okay?
Yes, I'm great.
I was just wondering if we might be able to come in quickly and have a quick chat with you. Is that all right? So there we go. Follow me in here. Lovely welcome mat at the door there. Fantastic. Thank you very much for having us round. I know it's a bit of an invasion, but I wanted to have a quick chat with you, if that's all right. So first things first, Gordon, the loss of the winter fuel payment to a lot of people, I know that affects quite a few people round here. How do you feel about it? What's the word on the street?
I think it's absolutely disgusting. These people have paid into the system all their lives to be basically messed around at this time of their life when they really need it. We know Labour says they're going to get a massive pay rise, but that's not until April. They've still got 5 months before they actually get that pay rise. How are they supposed to cope?
Yeah, indeed. And people here are really struggling. Over the course of the day, I'm going to be going into different people's houses and talking to people who have lost out on the winter fuel payment because they've got a pit pension. So they basically work down the pit all their lives, and because of the pension they've got there, they miss out on that and they miss out on pension credit. It's a bit of a disaster, but this is, if you don't mind me saying, it's a working class area. Yeah. And Keir Starmer at the moment is unable to define what a working class person is. What do you make of that?
They keep saying they're the working party. They haven't got a clue. They've lost touch with what a working man does and who a working man is. They're more concerned with the hierarchy and their big elite friends, and they just do not seem to be interested at all in the working man.
What do you want to hear from him? Because, Labour are in now, they've got a big majority. This budget is coming next week. We're going to be doing a lot of that here on GB News. What are you hoping to hear from them? Or do you think that, when they're cutting the winter fuel payment, you see them spending the money elsewhere? How does that make you feel?
Rather annoyed. I mean, when you consider they're spending $22 billion on carbon capture, when nature provides that themselves with trees. But then they cut the trees down to put wind farms up. So they've got to spend $22 billion on a machine to do what the trees could have done. And then, obviously, with the aids and things, the money they're sending abroad, they just seem to be more concerned about the world rather than their own people in this country.
Exactly, and that is an issue that I know that our viewers and our listeners care deeply about, which is why so many of you, and thank you by the way, have gone to justgiving.com/page/save our seniors. The last time I checked, we were at about £254,000. The target is 260 grand, so about 96% of the way there. I think we might do it soon, so thank you very, very much everybody for giving whatever you can. And just a final word from you, Gordon, if that's all right, really, which is that, Keir Starmer, do you think he maybe needs to get out of Lord Ali's pad a bit more and come to places like this.
Yeah, I think he should. I mean, they come up on the Durham Miners Gala, but they're up on a balcony. They never mix with the general population. They're never going to find out by standing up 2 floors up what people actually think. But then, where it's been going lately, when you voice your opinion, you get looked up for it. So he really does need to get out of London and actually come to the rural areas and actually see what and how people are living.
Well, that's exactly what we're doing today.